Hi everyone, it's Paddy here from arithmetichub.com, thanking you for choosing this video, but reminding you that whilst this is one method to solve questions like this, it's not the only method. With that being said, let's explore this concept a little bit further.
Hiya everyone, today we're having a look at comparing and ordering numbers, and you'll notice that some of these numbers have decimals in, some of the numbers don't have decimals in. That's fine, it's the same method for either way really. But if you've had a look at the comparing section beforehand, if you've had a look at the comparing video beforehand, that might have been really handy because this sort of uses exactly the same method for this, but now we're comparing and ordering lots more numbers, okay? So it's exactly the same method, it's just now we've got more numbers to compare and order. So let's start off by having a look at what the method tells us to do. So the first thing it tells us to do is to write the numbers in their place value columns going down the page. So in this question here, we've got order, smallest to largest, 434, 344, 43 and 4,343. So if I look at their highest value column, we've got a 4 in the hundreds, a 3 in the hundreds. Here we've got no hundreds. The highest value column is the 10, isn't it? There's 4 tens and 3 ones. And here we've got 4 digits, or we've got thousands, hundreds, tens and ones. So there's a 4 in the thousands column here, which is the highest value column that we're going to need for this. So to start with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my place value columns. So I've got my ones, tens, hundreds and thousands there like that. Okay, and I'm going to put these in the place value going down the page. So here we have 4 in the hundreds, 3 in the tens and 4 in the ones. Here we have 3 in the hundreds, 4 in the tens and 4 in the ones. And here we have 2 in the tens and 3 in the ones, but nothing in the hundreds column. And here we have 4 in the thousands, 3 in the hundreds, 4 in the tens, and 3 in the ones. Okay, now we can compare and order these, okay? So it says we need to start in the highest value column. Now that doesn't mean we move all the way through and go, okay, well there's hundreds, tens, and thousands. We start in the highest value column. Now the highest value column we've got our thousands column. So we can already tell which of these is going to be the biggest number. Now what might be handy to do, and you can choose to do this or not to do this, I am going to do this for these questions, is I can put my placeholders in here, because that might be really handy just to show us where we don't have any values for 0, okay? So we're ordering them from the smallest to the largest. Well, I can see straight away which one the largest is going to be because this has 4 thousands and none of the others have any thousands. If we move along, then we've got these two both have digits in the hundreds column and values in the hundreds column. So we have to move along again for our smallest number. Our smallest number is 43 because it's the only number without anything in the hundreds column or the thousands column. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave myself a little bit of space. I'm not going to start from thousands, that doesn't make sense. I'm going to start from my ones, tens, hundreds, and then thousands to get into those good habits with our place value columns. And then I'm going to put my smallest number in first. 43 is 4 in the tens and 3 in the ones. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross it out on this side, okay? Now I need to look for my next smallest number. So, again, this has something in the thousands, and it has a value in the thousands when the others don't have any values in the thousands. So we move along to our hundreds column to see which of these is going to be the smallest out of these two. This has 4 hundreds and this has 3 hundreds. So the smallest value is going to be 3 in the hundreds rather than 4 in the hundreds, isn't it? So I'm going to write 344. And then I'm going to cross this one out as well. Now I've got 2 numbers left. One has 4 in the thousands and one doesn't have anything in the thousands column. So I can already tell that the number with nothing in the thousands column is going to be smaller than the number with something in the thousands column. So I would write 434 in there like that and cross it out. Finally, we come to our largest number because it has 4 in the thousands column. 4,343. And then I can cross that out there as well. So then we can see that we have our numbers ordered from smallest to largest. Let's just check, see if it makes sense, because that's always good to do here. Does it pass the eye test? 43, is that the smallest? Yeah. 344, is that smaller than 434? Yes, it is. And then 4,343, is that the biggest of these numbers? Yes, we can tell that it is. Okay, brilliant, it passes the eye test. Let's move on to this question over here. Right, ordering smallest to largest, now we've got decimals in. And this is where it becomes even more important that we write our place value columns going down the page, okay? So we're going to follow exactly the same method. Write the numbers in their place value columns going down the page. But before we do that, we need to understand what the place value of each of these is, don't we? So we've got 27.7, 2 in the tens, 7 in the ones, decimal point, 7 in the tenths. Here we've got 72, 7 in the tens, 2 in the ones. Here we've got 2 point, let's just make that a bit clearer, 2.72, and here we've got 72.7. So, I know in this number here, or when I'm ordering these numbers here, I'm going to need to use tenths, and I'm going to need to use hundredths. Oh, not for this number, tenths and hundredths, because we've got 2 in the ones, a decimal point, 7 in the tenths, and 2 in the hundredths for this number. Okay, so I'm going to write out my place value. I'm going to start, well, I've got 27.7, 72, 2.72 and 72.7. The highest value column I'm going to need is going to be the tens. Then I'm going to have my ones. Decimal point is going to get its own column. Then I'm going to have my tenths, and then I'm going to have my hundredths. Okay? Now I'm going to write them out in the order that we've got them here. 27.7, 2 in the tens, 7 in the ones, decimal point gets lined up with our decimal points column, 7 tenths. This is why it's really important we line the decimal points up. Usually with decimal questions, it's really important to line the decimal points up. 72. Now 72 doesn't have a decimal point. It's got 7 tens and 2 ones. 7 in the tens, 2 in the ones. Decimal points, I can line it up there because it's going to be helpful to be able to see it and to be able to visualise it when I'm solving this question. 2.72, 2 in the ones, then I've got my tenths and my hundredths. 2 in the ones, line the decimal up, 7 tenths and 2 hundredths. And then the final one, 72.7. Again, we've got 7 in the tens, 2 in the ones, line the decimal point up, and then 7 tenths, like that. Okay? Now I can order them, can't I? So I'm going to write out my place value columns again. I'm going to write them from starting with the smallest, my hundredths, then my tenths, then my decimal point column, then my ones, and then my tens there, like that. Okay? Now I need to go and look at these and think, right, what is my smallest number? Because that's the one we are starting with, isn't it? Okay, I can see straight away here that I've got 2 tens here, 7 tens here, and 7 tens here. I'm going to put my placeholder in the tens column for this one to show when I'm comparing them, I've got 0 tens in this one. And actually, I'm going to put my placeholders in my tenths and in my hundredths as well. Because I feel like having those placeholders in there makes it so clear when we are comparing these numbers, okay? It's not about how many digits they've got, it's about the value of each of these digits, okay? So to start with, we start in our highest value column, don't we? Here we've got 2 tens, 7 tens, 0 tens, and 7 tens. So straight away, the smallest number is the easiest one to find because one of these has 0 in the tens column. So the smallest number is 2.72. So I'm going to write this in over here. 2 in the ones, decimal point lined up, 7 tenths and 2 hundredths. And then we cross it out and get rid of it so we don't get confused. The next one, we're going to have a look at our highest value column again, our highest place value column. 2 in the tens, 7 in the tens, and 7 in the tens. Nice and easy. 2 tens is smaller than either of the 7 tens, isn't it? So 27.7 is going to be my next number to put in. 27, 2 in the tens, 7 in the ones, line the decimal points up, 7/10, and then I can put a placeholder in if I need to. And then what I can do is I can cross it off so I don't get confused. Finally, now we're having a look at these two, aren't we? So, the highest value column we always start with first. Here, we've got 7 and the 10s in both of them. So we need to follow what our instructions tell us to do here for our method. If the digit in the highest value column is the same, move one column to the right. So we've got 7 and the 10s for both of these. We move one column to the right, and here's the problem. We've got 2 in the 1s as well. So we've got both have got 7 in the 10s, both have got 2 in the 1s. So we're going to have to do that again, aren't we? If the digit in the highest value column is the same, move one column to the right. So we move one column to the right again. 7 in the 10s, 2 in the 1s, but now we get into our tenths column. 72 has nothing in the tenths. 72.7 has 7 in the tenths. And we know that 7 tenths is more than 0 tenths, obviously. So our next smallest number is going to be 72. 7 in the 10s, 2 in the 1s. It doesn't have a decimal, but we can put it in. Put our placeholders in. And then we cross this off so we don't get confused. And the remaining number is going to be the largest of the numbers, isn't it? 72.7. 7 in the 10s, 2 in the 1s, line the decimal point up, 7 tenths. And then put our placeholder in just to help us out. Now you don't need a different coloured pencil to be able to do this. I've missed one of the placeholders out as well. You can just do it in the same pencil, whichever. I'm just doing that to show where the placeholders are to help you out. Also handy to cross them out once you've used them so you don't get confused. Now let's check, does it pass the eye test? Have these been ordered from smallest to largest? 2.72, 27.7, 72, and then 72.7. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. 72 is definitely smaller than 72.7 because this is the same hole, the same amount of holes, but 7 tenths more. Okay, so we use that method when we are comparing and ordering numbers.
If you found this video useful, then I would massively appreciate you liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you want to explore more methods or practice using the method we've looked at here, why not check out the teacher videos at arithmetichub.com. Arithmetic Hub has videos just like this on different methods, specifically targeting areas needed in Key Stage 2. There you can practice one particular skill, or generate your own sets of calculations designed to challenge your understanding of all the topics covered in Years 3 to 6.